Hey, everybody, it's Seth Jones, editor-in-chief of Athletic Turf. Thanks for joining us today. Today, I'm joined by someone I've known for many years. This is Mike Thurow. He is the CEO of Spectrum Technology. Mike, thanks for taking the time to join us today.
It's a pleasure to be with you, Seth.
So to the folks out here watching us, you probably know Mike, but based on one of his products, this is Spectrum Technologies that has done the TDR soil moisture meter. And I've known about this on the golf side for a long time, but it's really taken hold on the sports turf side. Mike, can you talk to me about, I guess, just give an introduction to Spectrum Technologies and the TDR?
Sure. And so, as a 33-year-old company, our focus has been bringing measurement technology, not only to the agricultural side, but the turf side, whether it be golf courses or sports turf fields. And so, the TDR, we're seeing more and more interest and more adoption of that meter. And having just introduced Seth the Economy TDR 250 to complement the 350 that has Bluetooth and GPS, there should be some strong interest in that TDR because it'll fit more of the budgets of these guys that are managing sports fields at the professional level, the college level, even the high school level.
So
whether it be a soccer field, a football field.
So Mike, tell me if you're a guy out there that's got, say you're with a municipality, you got 12 soccer fields across a large geographic area. What's the value he's going to find in that TDR?
So it's about the quality of the turf grass and how that quality of turf grass, affects the playability, maybe the traction, and maybe the safety of it. Tearing out a knee, spraining an ankle because your spikes don't grab, and so on and so forth. So it's, from improving the playability to meet those players, the coaches, and also the safety aspect. And obviously there's always the overriding, knowledge that that you're delivering water more effectively and that you're not wasting water.
So tell me, you said it's a more economical version of the TDR. What does the new TDR do exactly? What does it offer us?
So basically, we have the different rods, lengths. And so for sports turf, it'll probably be more common, but it's up to that turf manager to decide whether they want to measure the 3-inch profile, or maybe even a little bit deeper, a 5-inch profile, or to have an understanding of what that 1.5-inch profile of soil moisture looks like in the root zone. So that's easily done to switch out those rod lengths and just to have an understanding of what that moisture profile looks like in the different turf root zones.
Okay. And so for folks who don't maybe they have a different program for their soil moisture testing, but you also do something with weather and measuring weather events around an area.
Absolutely.
Can you talk to me about what you guys are doing to judge weather events?
So we have a broad line of weather stations. Our more popular one is an ET weather station for evapotranspiration. So in the arid regions where water is scarce and expensive and pretty high ET rates, that can be a tool to help them, schedule their irrigation more efficiently by looking at the daily ET rates and then tweaking the run times. Or in the more humid regions to know when those rain events occur, and maybe I don't need to irrigate that sports field that particular day. So it's different things depending on whether that sports field's in a humid region or an arid region. But to have their own site-specific weather data, an emerging thing is, degree days. And so that degree days can be used with plant growth regulators, to time that next application, or just to understand, just what Mother Nature's delivering, especially when the heat comes on.
Okay. We were talking, Mike, about the company and the different applications and how much you guys are in ag and how much you're in sports turf and golf. But 33-year-old company based there in Chicago area. What's it like for you to have a company where you've learned about everything from potato farmers to sports field? You guys are on every NFL field. You're in golf courses around the world. I imagine you probably get a very unusual bunch of magazines to your desk every day.
Oh.
What talk to me about just like the broadness of your company.
It is, and so we've got just less than 50 employees. And of those 50 employees, 10 of them are in product development, electrical engineers, software, firmware. We do our own cloud solution in-house. We do the coding for the apps all in-house, just because we have so many opportunities, to bring technology to help lots of different segments of agriculture, whether it's sports turf, golf courses, wine grapes, potato growers, you know. So it's different things that are different solutions to different markets. And but at the end of the day, it's a plant. And so what do we need to do for that plant in the environment it's grown, and to help those people that manage it, you know, quantify the conditions that they're creating so that they can understand when they, you know, dial back on the irrigation, is there still enough moisture in the root zone? And how does that affect firmness of the turf, the playability of the turf? So it's all about helping managers of sports turf do what they do a little bit better.
That's great. I was interviewing a chemist recently, talking to him about how he can appreciate, it was basically weed control and all the places, he can go and say, hey, maybe my brainchild had a little bit of an effect here. Your company can say that with, from anything from watching the Super Bowl
Right.
to having a bottle of wine,
Exactly.
Very cool. Well,
So it's great to be a part of this space.
yes, that is absolutely. I agree. How can the folks on who get our e-newsletter get in contact with you and learn more about you guys?
So, our website, specmeters.com. And so we hired a couple of people on staff to do digital marketing, so that we can, make more people aware through social media of the different tools. And then people can share their experiences that they can each build on and so forth. So,
Okay, that sounds great. Well, Mike, thanks for taking the time and chatting with me today. It was good to see you.
good to see you too, Seth. Thank you for your time.
Absolutely. Everybody, this is Mike Thurow. He is the CEO of Spectrum Technologies. And I'm Seth Jones, Editor-in-Chief of Athletic Turf. Thanks for checking us out today.